Hey everybody, and happy Friday! You didn't think you'd get to have a whole day without seeing some cute little puppies, did you? Well, I'm Sherri Smeraglia, and I'm here with Taylor, and we just wanted to talk to you about a few puppies and tell you some. I actually wanted to answer some questions today that you guys have asked me, and I felt like that this was good. I know that you guys have known, see Taylor, she's been with us like how long? How many days?
2 months.
2 months, so she's learned a lot, but there's a lot to get to know. And she's actually working on our little chat, our little Zendesk. So she's doing a good job. But let me introduce you to a couple of puppies, and let me explain. I'm going to take a few minutes to explain our breeds to you and answer some why questions, okay? This is Anastasia boy, and this is the green dot boy, and he's actually online, and I know better than to show you guys somebody that's not available, because if I show you somebody that's not available, makes them sad.
Yes.
You know, they want those puppies. So we are here with you today, and actually we have 3 puppies. Caleb's going to hand us one more puppy because it's part of what we're doing.
Oh, goodness.
Look, it's
Look at this big girl.
Serafina girl. Okay, so let's talk about breeds today, okay? What in the world is going on at Smeraglia with the breeds? Let me explain. I need to explain this to you because a lot of people ask. You guys know, let me trade.
All right, she's heavy.
Okay, she's a chunky girl.
She's chunky girl.
What you guys need to understand is there's a little history behind what we do here. When I first started raising dogs and showing dogs and breeding dogs, it was all the Golden Retriever. And I was absolutely, that was my dog breed of choice. I love the Golden so much, and I dreamed of getting to have one day, and actually when we were first married, saved up, and it was a hardship having new family, little kids, and me staying at home, but I worked real hard to save up to get me a Golden Retriever, and I actually wanted to raise them and show them, and so I did that, and we were starting our young family, and after I had Lauren and Jacob, everything was great. But then when my 3rd child was born, he was highly allergic to the Golden Retrievers. And so, and you just take care of them, whatever you need to do while we tell this story, because it's going to take a minute, but I want to share this with you guys. And that was such a dilemma for us because, you know, I love the Goldens, but when your babies are allergic, I mean, that's a real problem. And so for us, it was a serious problem. And Lucas and then Joseph, they were both, my 3rd and 4th child were born with severe dog allergies. And so it was during that period in our life that I was just open. I wanted a Golden, and my husband was like, well, you know, maybe we could do, you know, that, or maybe we. And so at the same time, my daughter, Lauren, I went to youth group and had fallen in love with a Schnauzer. His name was Samson, and he was beautiful. And anyway, Lauren had her heart set on a Schnauzer. So while I was in love with Goldens, my daughter was in love with a Schnauzer. And so we got our first Schnauzer, Lexi, and our family was Golden Retrievers and Schnauzers. And we loved them. It was perfect. And then my son was allergic, but we realized that my kids weren't allergic to the Schnauzer. I didn't know a lot back then. I was very young. And anyway, long story short, I'm going to make this shorter. We ended up having a litter of Schnoodles, and it was purely by accident. I was a pure breed person, was raising and showing my Goldens, and Lauren's best friend Elizabeth had a little poodle named Preppy, and they lived next door to each other, and literally she came in season, and she was scheduled to be spayed, and the little girls were just like 10 years old and weren't supposed to let them play together. We were going to get her spayed. This didn't happen. Oops. And I was mortified. I'm talking mortified that I was having a puppy that wasn't a pure breed, because back in the day, that was a huge big deal, okay? So we ended up having the puppies. I went on my Golden Retriever site, and I said, oh my gosh, what in the world am I going to do? These are little puppies. And somebody said, do you know they're called like Schnoodles or something? So anyway, we ended up having Schnoodles, and we actually had Schnoodles first. But because I had the Schnoodles, somebody reached out to me and said, Sherri, you know, if your children are allergic to Goldens, maybe you should consider a Goldendoodle because they are allergy friendly. And I was like, oh my God, and I would never do that. I've imported these dogs. I went through so much. Why would I do that on purpose? But when you love a breed and you want to have that breed in your family, that's actually what opened the door to us walking in the hybrid kind of world and walking into the hybrid world. So fast forward, our children were not allergic to the Goldendoodle, like this Serafina baby. This is an F1 girl, and she's perfect. And my kids were not allergic to this. And guess what? 50% golden, 50% poodle. I felt like I'd hit the jackpot because I was actually able to have at least 50% of a golden retriever in my house, and I saw the same personalities and the same tendencies, and actually looks a lot like a golden, so that's the direction that I was in. But because we had our little Schnoodles, let me show you this, when Lexi
there we go, girl, you're so stealthy.
Had her first litter of Schnoodles, they were precious, and I fell in love. And this is Lacey, Blue, Tag Boy, and he's on the Schnoodle page. And guess what? My kids were not allergic to the Schnoodle at all, ever at all. So for years, that's where we were. We were our beautiful golden Doodles right there, and our beautiful little Schnoodles, and we loved them. And so whenever a client would come and visit us, they would say, I'm allergic to dogs too, or my kids can't have a golden. I can't have a puppy either. We love Goldens too. So I was kind of like still in the golden world, and everybody that were allergic to dogs were trying to have a golden retriever that didn't have allergies. And so what happened is, I would say, well, first come visit a Schnoodle, because for whatever reason, they seem to be most allergy friendly. But if you are allergic to the Schnoodle, not allergic to the Schnoodle, and everything's good, no reaction, then let me bring in one of my golden doodles and let you meet them. So it was kind of like a progression. Schnoodle first, if you didn't have a reaction, no, then you would have, oh, look, you did some mouthy. Then we would let them have, here, let me try. We would let them visit the golden doodle. And so we have learned through the years, if you call me and say, I don't know if I'm allergic, I always say, well, let's go to the estate. I have a special house that we can meet in, and it's very, very clean allergy-wise. We'll let you meet a Schnoodle. Then if you pass the Schnoodle test, we'll move into the Goldendoodle family, and that works. Well, we really had clients saying, oh, I really, really want a Goldendoodle, though. I really want this. And I think they're both great, but some people just have that retriever sporty dog they want behind, their bloodlines for whatever reason. It's because the Labs and the Goldens are so popular. So with our breeding program, our focus has been on service and therapy companions and temperament. And of course, my main focus being allergy friendly. So what happened is, Carol and I were working together, and we were working with a client that needed a particular type of dog. And I was like, gosh, if we had this focus from the Schnoodle and this attention and this depth, how they were just so focused and alert, and they were just super smart. And I'm not saying a golden Doodle's not, but they're a little bit more happy-go-lucky, little ADD kind of silly personality, which is wonderful. But for certain people's specific needs, you can come over here with me. They want to see those babies. For some people's specific needs, I was like, I just need a little dash of this and a little dash of that. So what we did was we took the Schnoodle, but it was the right size, And we bred our Schnoodle, this wonderful personality, to our
big baby
Goldendoodles. And what happened is we came up with what we call a Twoodle, a puppy from two doodles. Now, what happened is we call it the teddy bear Twoodle. It's just a little Twoodle. And so, I'm trading out puppies because this one wants to play. Whenever we did that, guys, it's got 12% Schnauzer. It's mainly Poodle and Golden. But here's the difference. Trainability is really awesome. But I'm all about allergies, right? So I was able to fix that allergy problem for a ton of people. And that's, a lot of people ask me why, because there has to be a purpose. We don't just breed dogs just to be breeding dogs. You know, back in the day, people would breed dogs for a specific purpose, like herding cattle or cart pulling or doing certain things. You know, some dogs are scent dogs and they do certain things. So for us, in more of the modern era, dogs are pets. He can play. Yeah. Or they're more in the modern era. They're more for pets to meet the needs of the people, and they're family members now. So once they become little family members, they have to be able to fit in the family. And so that is the story. Why the Goldendoodle? Why the Schnoodle, how the Schnoodle happened, how the Goldendoodle happened, and we believe it was just total divine. You know, as a Christian, I feel like that God directs my paths, and I sought wisdom. And even back in the day when I was so contemplating, what in the world, why would I do this? Why would I import my dogs, spend thousands of dollars to import them, show them, do all that, and then bring them to a poodle? It made no sense in the natural. But you know what? God had a plan, because he wants, you know, us all to be able to have precious puppies. And so our goal at Smeraglia is that we make your dreams come true. For the people who could not have a dog due to allergies, that was the reason that I moved from the pure breed world into the Goldendoodle hybrid Schnoodle world, is because, look, this baby's looking at this baby's yelling at my foot. Let me see, look. And so that's what happened in our family. It met our need. I'm telling you, I dealt with a lot of backlash and lost a lot of, I won't say friends, because you wouldn't lose friends over something like that. But you know, it's like every breed was created out of a lot of other breeds, or 2 or 3 breeds. And so for us, it's like, how can we do something that's the most allergy-friendly version? So for whatever reason, if you visit us and you have dog allergies, start with the Schnoodle, okay? It's allergy-friendly. But a lot of people, they don't want certain breeds. They just don't. They want this particular breed. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is get into your family, into your lives, that special puppy that you love. So Goldendoodle, Schnoodle, and Twoodles. Now, we don't have as many Twoodles, but I will tell you that when we do, I mean, they're the best of both breeds. Mm-hmm. It's like a fine wine, you know, they're well blended. It's with the perfect amount. And look, if somebody tried to do what we're doing today, it would take a lot of years to figure it out. Because I know exactly what kind of Schnoodle has to be bred to what kind of Goldendoodle to get this exact look, okay? And in the beginning, I did it a few times, and I was like, perfect, they're great, but they were not allergy friendly and non-shedding. There was a formula. We had to figure that out. Now we've got it. And I want you to see, we're going to walk up and let you see these cute little faces. So my goal as a breeder is to produce cohesive, consistent type. It's a very beautiful teddy bear look and type. This puppy's the youngest in here, so it's a little bit more laid back, but he's just younger, okay? And then you've got a cute little Schnoodle. Bring him up. Yeah, look at him.
Look at his coloring, and he's available. These are all available.
Yeah, loose wavy, very beautiful. You want me to hold him? So
yes, and I'll put the little classic baby up.
and then that's my classic F1 English Golden Doodle. Now the English, a lot of people ask what's the difference between the American. I wasn't the first person to breed an American Golden Doodle. That's where dogs that were here in America, the U.S. lines, the Golden Retrievers that have that more golden look, they're a little bit more leggier, lankier, and they're a little bit more sporty. They're more gun dogs. Mine were imported from Europe, a little bit different, blockier head, a little. I mean, what would show in Europe will not show in the U.S. I mean, they're not even the right color. Mine are almost snow. I mean, they're white, like this color. And so they would be disqualified over here. So mine were different, and you know, a lot of people would say, why in the world would you do that? Now you guys know, nobody in their right mind back in the day would have went through all that trouble to import to breed to a poodle, but it was the path that we were supposed to be on. So I hope that you guys get a little clarity. Look, this baby wants to play. That's a play.
I just got it from my mom.
Yeah, and get some little clarity as far as why we do what we're doing, because when I have my new website's going to be coming in a few months, and it's going to say our breeds, and I want you guys to understand when it says Golden Doodle, Schnoodle, and Twoodle, I want you guys to understand that. And when I explained it to one of my kids, he said, well, that Twoodle's just a souped up Golden Doodle. I laughed. I was like, well, it is kind of souped up.
It's just perfect.
It's perfect, but they're all perfect, but it's for your specific needs. What do you want? You want that 50%? You don't have as much of an allergy problem? Go 50-50 like this beautiful one. You've got your sporty retriever in there, but there's a lot of families, for whatever reason, the bodies are changing and kids are changing, and we're seeing that so much these days, that so many more people have severe dog allergies. Well, we can't have that. We can't have people not able to have a puppy. So my job, our job, is to create or produce the puppies that for you guys that have severe allergies, and then take it to the next level, because a lot of those kids that have special needs or people with special needs also have the allergy problem. Or they have special needs and they need a dog, but then they take it in a classroom and then all the kids are allergic to it. So that's what makes our dogs perfect for what you need. So guys, I hope that you understood a little bit more of why we do what we do. Go to Teddy Bear Golden Doodles and Teddy Bear Schnoodles. You're going to see the Anastasia boy, Anastasia green dot. There's a Twoodle, and it'll say Twoodle. You're going to see Seraphina's, and this baby is available.
Yeah, there's still some spots on the litter, the boys and the girls.
Yes.
There's also some other Twoodles available.
Yeah, I just wanted to pick one, okay? There's a beautiful chocolate one, Tara, that's gorgeous. And then, of course, Teddy Bear Schnoodles, because this is the smallest I can get. So a lot of my clients have to have 10 pounds and under, 12 pounds. I can do that in a Golden Doodle, but I don't do it very much. It takes a lot of work to get a Golden Doodle that small and be allergy friendly and everything that y'all need. That's why the Schnoodle is perfect for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this little educational moment today. And that I want to do more of this with you guys. If you have any questions underneath here, post them. We'll answer them. Thank you guys. You have a great weekend. Bye-bye.